Make sure you have your parents' permission before you put on your tap shoes and tap on any of their floors. If you don't have their permission, put on some sneakers and then dance on the floor because it'll make enough noise. If you can't do that, then do it barefoot. But please, please, please make sure you have their permission before you start tapping on their floors because that would not be good. And I don't want you to scuff their floors or ruin their floors or anything like that. So remember that. If you have something that you can tap on, like a tap board, if you have a tap board at home, that would be perfect. If not, like I said, sneakers on like a hard floor would be totally okay. So I'm going to start by reviewing the warm-up that we learned, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago to that don't start now song. So I'm going to face this way and review it, and then I'm going to face that way and review it. You always start right foot, so this one. So we have toe taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then heel drops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2, 2, 2, 2. All right. After you do those, and those are with the beat. Those are like da na 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 na. So they're a solid beat. Don't go too fast. This isn't the one where we go fast. We'll do that after. But make sure you just go with the beat. Really listen to the music, especially since I'm not there to hear you and hear your noises. Really, really, really listen to the music. Listen to my taps. Listen to your own taps. Always pause the video and tap on your own so that you can hear yourself. Don't just try to tap with me because then you might get confused or something like that. And I don't want you to lose any technique that you've been working so hard on. So please, when you're at home, pause the video a couple times, work on the taps yourself, and really, really practice those distinct noises. Remember, the best tappers can tap slow. So practice slow and then pick up the pace. But don't go too fast where I would be standing there going, stop. So make sure you go a good pace. So after you do you open the door, then open the back door. And remember, you can groove out for this. You don't have to be like, I want to see, while you're still tapping right. So, toe taps, open the doors. Then heel dig, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, step, 1, 2. Now the toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, a step, 1, 2, 3, a step. Then this is where the music changes slightly. I think it's the chorus. You do shuffle, 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 step, then other foot, shuffle, 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 step, then shuffle, ball, chain, shuffle, step, then shuffle, ball, chain, shuffle, step, then flat heel, 3, 4, then running flaps. Remember, keep your heels off the ground for these. They've been starting to get a little muffled, so really make sure, even though tap is a lazy dance, really make sure that you're up on those toes and keep your knees bent. And you should be hearing flat, 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 I don't want to hear it. That doesn't sound too great. So, all right. So, one more time to say, and then I'll turn it around. 5, 6, 7, 8, tap, tap. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, tap. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then heel. No, I messed up. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Then heel. Open the door. Now heel. Heel. want. But if you party, I want to hear some tapping partying. Not just, I want to see I want you to come back and I want to see us do a warm up and I'm going to play the song a little bit longer and I want you to tap your little hearts out after we do the warm up together. So I'm going to face this way and then I'm going to do it with music facing you and facing away so that you can get both directions. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, a toe. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 4. 2, 3, 4, then 4. Then 2, then 2, then 2, then 2. Then open the door in the front. Then open the door in the back. Then shuffle. Ooh, I messed up. Then heel, 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 heel. Then 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then toe, 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 toe. Then 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now shuffle, 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 step, and shuffle, 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 step. Then shuffle, ball, change, shuffle, step. Then shuffle, ball, change, shuffle, full back, heel. Then running full lats. Alright, so I'm going to play music from here so it's not too loud. I'm going to try to speak over it, but if anything, you can always go back, and it's a video. So you can always go back, rewind, and go through the review with me again. I'll face you first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and heels. And 4, 1. Back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah! Guess what, guys? Mrs Olivia goofed. We're gonna start again. I'm gonna face this way because I'm trying to mirror you, and then my brain's going, it's pooping. 5, 6, 7, 8, a toes. 5, 6, 7, 8, a heels. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4. And heels. And toes, heels, toes, open the door. And back. Heels, heel, step, step. 1, 2, 3. Toes. And 3. Shuffle, 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 step. Shuffle, ball, change, shuffle, step. Shuffle, ball, change, shuffle, step. Full back, heel. Running flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it back. Step. And back. Alright, so that time I did a lot better than the first one. But we're going to add going back. I think it fits with the music, then you can jam out. So after you do your full lap, heel, and then the 8 running flaps, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to go back. So back, heel, then and back, and back, and back, and back, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So, now that you have that, please practice it because it is going to be our warm-up for a little while. I'm going to keep it. I like it. I think it's a good warm-up because it warms up your toes, warms up heels, warms up shuffles, flaps, all the basic moves. Remember, tap is just a bunch of basic moves to create harder moves. So when we think about what are the basic taps or basic moves of tap, you have a toe tap, a heel drop. A shuffle is actually not a basic move. It's a a stuff and a step. Two basic moves to create a shuffle, even though a shuffle is Pretty basic, we're pros at that, right? So, we are going to do some soft shoe. So I'm gonna face you, I'm gonna do the same thing the whole video. I'm gonna face you and face away so that you can make sure that you're seeing all the angles, because I know tap's a little tricky with the feet and stuff. So, this one is the one where you tap very lightly. Remember, when you tap on that foot, you don't want to put weight on it. It's very stiff, but don't be like, make it a little wiggly. So you step, ball step, step, ball step. Now step, 1, 2, 3. So when you do the first ones, the step, ball step, it's step, and you're crossed. The second one, same thing. The third one, you start the same way, but then that foot just opens, and it crosses again. So that's why you have to make sure you don't put weight on that front foot, so that you're not like, and then you're falling all over the place. So it's just 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So if you want, you can get some music on. I would practice without music first, just so you can get the feel for it, get the sounds. Then once you get it, pick a song. But remember, try it slow first. Don't be like, because then it's gonna sound muffled. And you should always be on your toes. Then the other way. So I'm gonna turn it around so you can see it from the back. So we're gonna do this way first. 5, 6, 7, 8, step, ball step, step, ball step, step, all 1, a 2, a 3, other way. Bum, 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 step, all 1, a 2, a 3. So when you do it with music, I'm gonna say the counts again. It's 1 and 2. So the touch is an and. 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So every time you are touching, it is an and count. Every time you are stepping, it is a number count. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And if you want, use your arms a little bit. Like if it helps you to remember, start karate chopping. Now when we do it in the dance, we can't karate chop because it doesn't really match our style and it's a little goofy. But we all know I like little goofy things to help us remember stuff, so if it helps you, then do it. So, thumb. Again. Now would be a good time to pause the video, practice it on your own without music. Practice it maybe with a song. I'm going to do it with a song facing that way. I'm going to pick a random song. You guys are always wanting to give me all these great songs, so now is your chance for you to pick the music. So I'm picking a random song. Not that one, or that one. It's a little fast. Pick one more, this one. This one's a little slow. 7, 8. Go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Let's double the pace. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So as you can see, when you get faster, it gets a little harder. So remember, the best tappers can tap smooth. I'm going to keep repeating that because I know you guys are little speed demons. You like to go really fast. Slow it down. Breathe it out. All right, so after soft shoe, we're going to work on a little combo in your dance, but we're going to work on the buffalo first. And I think you guys might know what I'm talking about. We're working on the circle part. But we're going to work on buffalo first, and then we're going to work on maxi forward. And what's the difference? The toe. Which one has the toe? The maxi forward. So remember, in your dance, it's just buffalo, so no toe. Buffalo, no toe. Maxi forward, toe. It doesn't rhyme, but that's okay. So, working on buffalo first, we're going to start with the right side. So you step, shuffle, hop. I am going to say let's practice with it in the front. So when we do our maxi forward and we do our toe is in the front. So let's just start with cutting it in the front. And remember, you don't want to cut it too high. This isn't Irish. You're not going, it's not Irish. It's tap class, so everything's a little lower to the ground. Excuse me. So we're going to go 5, really slow. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. And step, shuffle, hop. Let's do the other one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. One more. Step, shuffle, hop. My shuffle didn't work too much on that last one. That is actually good that happened to me, because a lot of the times when we've been doing our buffaloes recently, I'm hearing that, but I'm not hearing the spank back. So make sure I hear bump, bump. So do it slow. That's why I'm saying doing it slow, so you can hear all 4 noises. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm going to hear these because you're putting your weight on them. So I know I'm going to hear those, but it's that shuffle. I'm not getting that pull back, that brush back, that spank very loud. So I want to hear. So step. Now let's do the other side. One more. So really work on that first, then we'll pick up the pace. So if you need to, now would be a good time to pause, work on it slow, because we're about to pick up the pace a little bit. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. Step, shuffle, hop. The other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, shuffle, hop. So you want to make sure you hear all 4 of those noises. And when you're doing your step and your hop, your heel is off the ground. You want to hear that. You don't want to hear, because that sounds muffled, that sounds icky. So you want to hear not, because then that might create 2 noises if you accidentally do. And that's a whole other thing. It's like a cramp roll buffalo or something. I don't know. But we don't want to do that. We just want to do regular buffalo. So heel up.